So today we're going to start some rational equations. So I'm just going to go through a couple examples. But when we're solving them, we worked with finding the least common denominator when we were working on adding and subtracting rational expressions. So we're going to find our LCD and then just multiply the entire equation by it. This will get rid of the denominators and it becomes an equation that we know how to solve. So for example, if we have x plus 4 over 3x equals 1 over 2, now, you guys could cross multiply this, but I want to go over the LCD method. So if our two denominators are 3x and 2, we need an x in it for sure because we have an x. And then we need a number that 3 and 2 both go into, which is 6. So our LCD is going to be 6x. So we're going to multiply every single term by 6x. Now, this will cancel some of it because we need to cancel out these denominators. So for example, 6x and 3x cancels to just be 2, and 6 cancels with this 2 to just be 3x. So we're really multiplying 2 times x plus 4 equals 1 times 3. And now that's an equation we know how to solve. So we're going to distribute this 2. So we have 2x plus 8 equals 3. Subtract our 8, so 2x equals negative 5, and divide by 2. So x is negative 5 over 2. So we're going to see one where it might be a little more of a complicated LCD too, but our whole goal is to just find our LCD and cancel it out by multiplying everything. And it might help in this case to keep it factored just like when we were doing addition and subtraction. So x squared minus x, we can pull out an x as a GCF, and we're just left with x minus 1. X we can't do anything with, and then this one is also x times x minus 1. So our LCD here, we take that x times x minus 1 from the first one. We already have an x, so we don't need that one. We already have an x and x minus 1, so that is just our LCD. So we're going to multiply the whole thing by x times x minus 1. So for this first one, so we have 1 over x times x minus 1 minus 1 over x equals 3 over x times x minus 1. So it's kind of like, and let me see if I can change the color here. It's kind of like multiplying each one times x minus 1 and seeing what cancels out. So in the first one, x minus 1 and x cancels out, we're left with 1. In this one, just the x cancels out, so we're left with 1 times x minus 1. And in this case, it all cancels out, so we have equals 3. And then it becomes an equation that we know how to solve. So we have 1 minus x plus 1 equals 3. 2 minus x equals 3. We get negative x equals 1, so x is negative 1. So the hardest part is finding that LCD, but luckily we've practiced this before. So come to class with any questions you have, and we're going to be practicing solving rational equations.